Is Jalen Royals' skill set really similar to a familiar Chiefs player? Is Hunt the odd man out in the running back room? And is the kingdom really cracked? All of this next on Gridiron Gambit.
Welcome, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for tuning in to this Red Kingdom Media production, bringing you raw, authentic Chiefs coverage. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on your team. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Let's work. Hey.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Gridiron Gambit. I am your co-host for the evening, Daily Dale Fowler, along with my partner, Lonnie. How you doing tonight, bro?
Good. How you doing?
Man, it's good, bro. I can't really complain. It's been a good day out here in the Southwest, up here in New Mexico, so everything been straight. Weather been cool, so no problems. All the rainy conditions gone, so, we going into a lovely night. But this is a lovely night to, of course, talk about some Chiefs offseason talk. So you ready for that?
Yeah, for sure. Let's get into it.
All right, bet. Let's go into our first topic for the evening. So we got Crown Jalen. Jalen Royals has a similar skill set, similar to Rashee Rice, which was told by some members of the Chiefs organization. So how can his talent translate on the field for the Kansas City Chiefs? And when Rice is back, how can they both find time on the field together if they have a similar skill set?
Yeah, I'm not going to – I know people love to hype these picks ups as soon as they get drafted. However, I'm not going to put Jalen Royals on the same pedestal as Rashee Rice. I know they were probably drafted in similar slots. However, I think wasn't Royals wasn't he like a fourth-round pick? I think Rashee was like a second-round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Even low second, probably considered a third, but –
Yeah.
I can understand the comparisons. I see him taking a lot of the pictures and a lot of the different just rookie pictures, him headlining a lot of the things for the Chiefs. I like that they're pushing him as a NFL ready guy, somebody that can really come in and impact the offense immediately. But I don't know how true that can be, just being where he was drafted at. But I think they'll be good. Hopefully he's a compliment to Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy. Hopefully he can come in and kind of fill that spot that Justin Watson had. Justin Watson when he was here. 84. So he kind of was that stretcher, our field stretcher. When Marquise Brown was out, we know we didn't necessarily need him to be that guy, but also he feels the shoes probably. We didn't want him to be that guy, but we needed him to be that guy. Also, he feels the shoes of Miko Hardman, I think, too, in punt return, and kind of takes some pressure off of like Nico Marigio if he does step away from that and does become more of a wide receiver, which we have seen people do in the Andy Reid offense, kind of taking the step further, going on beyond the positioning of being that special teams guy and kind of getting a further role in the offense, whether it be a running back or wide receiver. So I'm just interested in to see how they use Mr. Royals. I'm not going to say it's going to be exactly how they use Rashee Rice to the same likings that they use Rashee Rice, because Rashee Rice, what he's become for the Chiefs in his short span that he's been with the Chiefs, it's comparable to Travis Kelce. Like, he's become like almost the second man in line. So to say Jalen Royals is going to come in and become that, I just don't know about that. And just being where he was drafted, I understand. I've seen the skill set. I know that he has a lot of high praise coming out, but I just think he has to show that he can make some plays. Rashee Rice, I think, is of a different caliber, and we've established that prior to the injury. We don't know what he's going to be coming back from the injury, but Rashee Rice is amongst the top names in the NFL at wide receiver and becoming one of the best. So I'm not going to say he's that exactly.
Well, when you go into it like that, Jalen Royals, he was a fourth-round pick, and Rashee Rice was a second-round pick. So, when it comes into that conversation, you will probably say Rashee Rice is, of course, the better receiver, especially having a significant great season with SMU in his final season as well. And Jalen Royals, he produced some great numbers as well. And you also seen with them, they was talking about his speed. So having that element in the offense, I feel like you can be better than Justin Watson. But with them saying that he has a similar skill set to Rashee Rice, I enjoy hearing that. because we saw Rashee Rice elevate his game more than just being an intermediate route runner, right? He was actually getting better in the deep ball game and being someone who actually contributed on that part, showing that he was a complete number one receiver. So overall, I do feel that, Rashee Rice really separates himself from a Jalen Royals in that conversation. Now, if they have the similar skill set, that means that Jalen Royals is a guy who should make the 53-man roster. I think that someone within this wide receiver room, we do need some wide receivers to still fill that entire, unit, because we're going to go with 6, right? So at that point, you do have a Rashee Rice, you have Xavier Worthy, then you have Hollywood Brown, and then of course you already signed Juju Smith-Schuster. You add Jalen Royals in there, and then you have a Sky Moore and and Justin Ross still left. So I mean, for him to find himself within this offense, not Scott Moore, but Nico Remigio, because we said he's going to be the punt returner, but you still got Scott Moore and Justin Ross, who probably going to compete for that 6th spot, like we said. So,
Scott Moore is in the mix, but
yeah. So I think when you talk about it, he doesn't have much to just be better than, because we had our big 3 that we wanted to come into the season. So I wouldn't expect them to be on the field a lot with each other. Just due to the fact that how I would see the scheme or the layout of that offense during some of those packages. I don't think he will probably be incorporated with Rashee Rice. Now, if they are on the field together, it can still work, because like I said, Rashee Rice he showed us before he got injured last season, he was a number 1 wide receiver. He could do it all. His route tree has expanded. I know that I might be prematurely hyping him just because we know that he had an excellent rookie season, but let's be honest, he was projected to be in that 1,700 range before he got injured due to what he was doing those first 4 weeks or first 3 weeks before he got hurt in that 4th week against the Chargers. He was outstanding. He was literally in the top 3 in receiver yards. So he was going to put up numbers that season. So I'm safe with saying that, yeah, he's overall that guy. So with Jalen Royals, I think with him, all he has to do is he has to come in. He has to learn the offense. When he has the opportunities, he has to make the best of it. But I think he's going to have to showcase himself in the preseason. Because if he can do that, I think guys like Rashee Rice, guys like, I'm not going to lie, Nico Remigio, before he got injured, he was going to make that 53-man roster. I know he has turned into a kick returner and punt returner now, but what he showcased offensively and what you just said, Lonnie, that he might actually expand within the offense, because we saw what he was capable of doing. He can catch the ball. He can get open and cause separation. He can also get yards after the catch as well, too. And he showcased that before he had injury. So I think if he's coming to this next season, Jalen Royals, same as that. If you got to be on special teams as well, too. That's how you find your way into this offense, because we know when you are a wide receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm sorry, you're going to be included in some packages. Those guys are going to have to get some rest. So at those points where Rashee Rice is off the field, that's when Jalen Royals can take advantage. So within that question that I asked, I think you might not see them together all the time, but it's going to depend on how Jalen Royals separate himself in training camp, in the preseason, and what he's going to do when it comes into the regular season as well. We've seen that people say he has the talent. Overall, within the draft, we are getting our credit for having a successful draft. We were able to fill positions, fill holes, and these guys can come in and actually play early. So we're not putting him on Rashee Rice level. We just got to remember that we're saying similar skill set. Like, you start talking about Rashee Rice being Jamar Chase type of tier.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clear this up. I don't want to say the kid can't play, but I will say the sample size was small for Jalen Royals. And shout out JD, shout out JD for watching, tapping in with us. But the sample size was small for Jalen Royals. So I when I watched the tape with Steve Smith, they watched him. And went over some of his tape, and it just wasn't a big sample size. I think he got hurt a lot. He was hurt this year with a foot injury, but the previous year he was almost 1,000-yard guy at Utah State. So the speed, he's flashed for sure. He can run. He's definitely been a wide receiver. So it's a place for him in this offense, right? We have places for playmakers anywhere. If you make plays and you can, Andy Reid see your athletic ability flashes, he's going to find the spot for you.
Yeah.
But I just think that there's a lot of guys that have been coming on, and just especially at that position that Jalen Royals is going to be competing at, like to the likes of Nico Remigio. That we've seen Andy Reid is really, if you a guy that can get in there, grit, earn it, kind of got some of that running back to you, kind of run hard, catch the ball. We know there's a spot for you in the offense. We've seen guys take that role. Dallas Scott Moore, Kadarius Toney could do it. So I just think with Nico Remigio, there's a spot for him in the offense. If he's able to make the team and be that same guy, is yet to be seen. But I don't want to discount Jalen Royals' talent at all whatsoever.
Oh yeah, and I don't think you worry as well too. I think it's just sometimes when people are comparing these young guys coming out, some of the guys who didn't do as much in college because of injury, but we know that they showcase and have the skill set. I think it's like with you, we can't just put them on their level yet. They got to come in and actually put in the work first. But I will say this for the Nico Remigio conversation. I feel like that's why they were comfortable with not bringing back McCole Hardman and also Justin Watson as well too. Just because we want what we saw in previous preseasons ago, what he was able to like actually bring, like the value that he was going to add to the offense, that would have been a good wide receiver group, especially with the confidence of what he had and how in the skill set and what he was showcasing in that preseason. I think that would have carried over into the regular season as well too, because people forget in 2022 we had the best offense with Patrick Mahomes, and that was without Tyreek Hill, and we brought in Juju Smith-Schuster, who was the leading receiver, and that was Mahomes' MVP year. I think they're trying to have that type of wide receiver group again, where it's like, oh, we really have a number one receiver. We really got it. And then at that, you got two other guys who can be number one wide receivers on other teams. So Jalen Royals, I think what he will add to this offense, I think is just filling the hole of going youthful and seeing what you can do within an Andy Reid offense, Andy Reid scheme. You will be successful. All you have to do is stay healthy. And with us having one of the best training staffs in the entire league, especially working with Rick Burkhardt, we should be fine. We should be good.
I mean, that, like you said, we hope so. Like I said, I'm not expecting him to be that guy. And I've seen in the comments they said wide receiver 4 spot is up for grabs. It definitely is up for grabs, but I just think that we've seen in years past, Andy Reid gives that nod to usually that guy that's been gritting on special teams, that's working hard, like Justin Watson, or just like guys in the past, Mecole Hardman. We've seen it even with Tyreek Hill. So we if you know the system, you know the system. I think it's just Nico's gonna get a nod if he's coming in and looking good in training camp. I think he'll get a nod. I think it's a couple guys, even Scott Moore, will get a look just before this new rookie guy. But I think he's gonna have to really come in and really flash and show his ability to really take that spot. But because he's coming in and competing, and he's not competing with no slouches, those guys that can play for sure.
Yep. And excuse me, I mean Rick Burkholder as well too. I don't know why I said his name wrong like that, but yeah, for real. But anything else you want to go ahead and add before we go ahead and move forward in the show?
I think it'd just be fun. So we're gonna see how this wide receiver room shakes out. It's a fun conversation, I think, just to have, just period. Because at first we were talking about how little weapons the Chiefs had and how we were struggling. Right. Now we kind of talk about the plethora of weapons that we have, only if they can stay healthy. So
they gotta stay healthy, because we were as happy last season as well too. So it's like this year, I think these guys are going to focus on, we got to make it through the entire season. We got to be here, because if we're here and we're here early on, it probably would have been a different Super Bowl. It probably would have been a different result. Even with the issues that we had at left tackle, we could have been a better offense. But shout out to the 43 people, of course, who was tapping with us live today. We definitely appreciate that. We're going to be moving forward with the show. But before we do that, please make sure to
like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like or comment so we can reply and interact with you and make you a part of the show. If you listen to us on Spotify, please rate us 5 stars so we can increase our reach in the playlist. Follow us and all our contributors on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. If you'd like to come on and talk Chiefs, message us so we can potentially set that up. Do you enjoy written content? Subscribe to our Substack. We have both a free and a $5 a month subscription and post on there frequently. And if you have any interest in being a contributor on the writing staff, feel free to reach out and we'll be in touch. It would help support the brand if you would purchase our merch, like the shirt that I'm wearing currently. Set up an order for one of these or 2 or 3, and this will allow us to expand our inventory options. Thanks for being a part of this channel, and if there's any partner that's listening to this interested in sponsoring the show or any other content that we produce, please reach out. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. All right. Now diving into our next topic. We got the hunt is over. All right, so the Kansas City Chiefs has a full running back room after bringing in running back Brashard Smith in the 7th round from SMU. Many are excited about his talent and the explosiveness he would bring to the running back room. However, this is one person who is the odd man out, and that is Kareem Hunt. How does Hunt ensures he is on the active roster come September?
Being the same guy that he was during the regular season. Kareem Hunt, if you go back and watch the year that he had last year with the Chiefs, you would have thought that he picked up from where he left off when he got cut from the Chiefs, got released. So you would have thought it was the same running back. I mean, he maybe was a step slower, but the power was still there. He still knew the offense like the back of his hand. They were even putting him in on 3rd down, letting him play on going out for passes, catching passes from Mahomes. He never really showcased his hands with Cleveland, but they were all on display here in Kansas City, just like they were before he left. So I think he makes the team, and he's gonna make the team by being the person that he always has been. This is the offense that he was drafted to, with the quarterback, not necessarily the quarterback that he was drafted with, because he played a little bit with Alex, but he was there when Pat was there, and he's definitely was there around in the back, kind of learning from Pat. He was definitely friends with Pat, attended Pat's wedding. So I don't think that he knows the offense through and through. If Kareem stays healthy, there's no doubt in my mind that Kareem doesn't make the team, just because who he is and what he means to this team, the attitude and with the way in which he carried himself last year. We know Pop can be aggressive and kind of want to bolster, press his chest out, and kind of be the big dog in the room. And Kareem kind of came in, and you could kind of see there was a mutual respect, because Kareem has kind of been there. He's done that. He's not necessarily played in all of those big games, but he's been a part of focal parts of offense. He's been to playoffs and lost in crazy ways. So I just don't see nobody start getting in the way of him making the team and not be playing for the opportunity to win the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. I think he wants to go out the right way. This also being Travis Kelce's last ride, one of his boys. So I think Kareem, no doubt in my mind, I think Kareem makes the team just for sure. Because he just the will. He had a lot of will last year, and he really showed it coming on, especially at the end of the year. So I don't think Kareem, there's no way he's the odd man out for sure.
So, Dre, the reason why the conversation came about is because this is actually a lot of dudes that is actually on, social media and headlines with certain newspapers and, sports content as well, too. So I think that's where the conversation is coming from. But I do disagree as well, too, Lonnie. I don't think he's the odd man out. The reason why, because the roster could be constructed in so many ways. And, we see that we have people saying that Carson still can be out of here. I don't even think that he don't have to be out of here, because if we're looking for that one fullback, he can technically be listed at that. And we had this conversation like years ago about the Chiefs actually carrying 7 receivers, because we had the conversation about Justin Ross and those other guys that we have, the Sky Moores as well too. We're trying to make sure having as many weapons for Patrick Mahomes on the offense. We went kind of back to dwindle down to just 6 wide receivers. So, and then at the same time, we used to like having 4 tight ends, right? But we still might have only 3. With Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, and we have Jared Wiley as well too, right? So we have that going on. Jody Fortson, I think he's injured. I don't think we even had him on more than a 1-year deal as well too. But he had a significant injury that he probably wouldn't be ready right this time of year. So I think it will be those 3 guys that we will work with. And I know we had Peyton Hendershot as well too. I don't know where that stands with him, but we would have just 3 tight ends. So you can honestly work with the 4.
We just signed Tanya. Remember Robert?
We signed him, but you know that I look at that as like an Irv Smith Jr. as well too. I don't think he's someone who might make it through training camp, who might not make it through the preseason. He will probably be a cut candidate, but we're just giving him an opportunity being a veteran, just seeing if he will be able to work. Just doing that. So I would think he's somebody who will even make the 53-man roster anyway. So I'm going with that 3, right? It's okay to have 4 because they do like Brashard Smith because of his explosiveness and what he brings. This was a wide receiver that translated over to a running back, and within a year, what he done, he showed up and showed out. Also, at the same time as well too, we brought in Elijah Mitchell as well. We saw what he did with San Francisco with the time that he was a starter. He had multiple 100+ yard games. So we saw what he was able to do in a West Coast offense in San Francisco, something similar that we have here in Kansas City, and they feel like he's someone who will be a part of that running back room. So having 4 of them is not really frustrating. Now I can understand like having Carson still on there. A lot of people view him as a running back, but he is listed as a fullback on the depth chart, so you can kind of play with that how you want. So Kareem overall, no, I don't think he's the odd man out. What he did last season, if he probably would have started the season, he would have been a 1,000-yard rusher. I know this is why I have said though, I don't think he's running back one because of what we have when Isaiah Pacheco is out there. I know a lot of times we can be critical of how he runs the ball or his run style, but I think overall with the youthfulness that he has, with the energy that he provides, he's someone that you kind of want out there within that first drive. So I'm looking at him as RB1. Kareem Hunt, he's the OG vet. He's an OG vet. He can do what you need him to do. All right, Isaiah Pacheco, we know that he can be injury prone at times. He can come in, fill in, do the job. We'll be okay. Offense will still probably look the same. Now, he doesn't average as many yards. He probably don't average as many yards. However, his effectiveness on the defense, how he wears them down, how he picks up key first down in certain moments, we can't deny what he did for us last season. So you do have him RB2 / however you want to go about it, RB3. I think with his experience and what he brought to the offense within a short time, getting back familiar with them, and then him going to be back in shape early on as well too. He's about to go through a full training camp with us. I don't think you deny him that, because I think he's going to bring that feistiness that we do need on the offensive side of the ball as well. I know we got Pacheco, right? Kareem is a different type of feisty. He's a big body. He's a bruiser. I'm all in your face already. I'm already pissing you off because of me running you over or me giving you that stiff arm. I'm already, you know what I'm saying? Like those type of running backs already is with the activities.
He plays the Jet McKinnon role for this group.
Yeah. I mean is he really a third down guy?
But yeah,
third and short. He can and he's good in the passing game as well too.
He knows the protections and he knows all of that stuff. Just like that. He was RB1 once upon a time. That's what I think we forget about Kareem. He was not only RB1, the offense ran through Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
So like when the offense is built around you, it's easy for you to come in when you playing second and third fiddle to these other people. Not like he's not as a disrespectful play, but it's just like one point in time the Andy Reid offense was built around Kareem Hunt. So he should know. He knows everything in this offense. It's not nothing that he probably doesn't know. That's why he came in and played in a lot of big moments. He played in like in the red zone. We instantly got better when he got here. We
You
running.
just got to acknowledge he lost a step, though. I think that's what it is. Like that old Kareem, once he got to the second level, he's probably cribbing it though. Like you're not chasing him down. He was running track. Like it was straight. He can look like not hyping it. He's not as fast as Jamal. I'm not saying. Well, when you look at the Jamal highlights, you be like, man, it is a different time because these dudes really be taking off. But Jamal was a track runner. It was kind of similar in the point to where his stride was there. It was gone. He was just once he got past that safety, that last level, it was over. He was taking it to the house, and he literally transitioned or impacted the game multiple times within that season. We saw it the first game of the season against the Patriots. We just don't see that Kareem no more. I think he accepted who he is now. Oh, feed me. I'm not going to lose as many yards. Feed me the ball. That's it. And when you look at it, that's where we messed up in the Super Bowl. We got too scared down 17-0. Scared 10-0. Who were we all season? You know? Like, we weren't just this flashy team. And that's where I'm on y'all side, where it's like I am ready for the explosive offense to come back. I'm ready to see highlight plays from our wide receivers and us really putting up points. I think we built the defense to where they will be able to compete. We'll never be bottom of the league like we used to be. We're going to always at least be middle of the pack or above in the top 10, top 5. So I'm good. I'm good with that for sure. So, but you just went away from what y'all was y'all identity for the entire season. That's where it collapsed. So when you look at it, I think Kareem wants to come back and show like, no, I still got it in me. I was really picking it back up as we was going. I was sitting on my butt the entire offseason. Didn't go to preseason at all. And I was able to get the call and come back.
Give me a full year.
He get the entire training camp now. So it's hard to say that he's not going to make the roster.
Yeah.
But you can never be it's always okay to be able to, have this much talent. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Brashard Smith, he's a hybrid player. He done played receiver and running back. He will probably be able to do anything you want him to do. If you're that thirsty for him to be a part of the offense.
Yes, but don't forget, he was drafted. I think it was a seventh round. So
they traded up for him in the 7th round. I know that's hyping it a little bit, like that's not nothing.
Still, but you still it's a long
but you still 7th rounder. Yeah, I know.
And I understand that running back usage is just diluted in general, but I know I love people that are talking about he's a playmaker. I love it, but. You gotta biggest thing with the Chiefs right now. We need to see results, and that's with everybody. We're not giving praise to no more rookies. I think we had enough with that with the Kingsley Suamataia situation. So you gonna have to come in and be lights out, especially when you're in that slot, the 7 slot.
I seen something going around where they're talking about. Honestly, when you think about it, the 2022 class might have been the best class that we really like. Recent years, like the best class that we probably really had.
Who was that? Juan Thorhill?
That's the Trent McDuffie.
Oh yeah. All of those guys, they've been in Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they all got Super Bowl. So, they Super Bowl babies for sure.
Yeah, so but if anything, I think that's true. It could be probably Mitchell or Steele as the 2 possible cuts. Like I understand that Andy Reid loves certain players, but at the same time. Mitchell was an injury-prone player as well, too. So who knows how training camp goes? Exactly. Who knows how preseason goes? It can go either way. So Brashard Smith, all he has to do is fight. Keep on showing them, from what he did in college, is definitely going to translate over into the NFL. We had 7-round running backs work out for us before. One of them being our running back 1, Isaiah Pacheco. So it's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. But anything else you want to say before we go ahead and move on into our last topic?
Nothing. It's a spot for him in the offense, for sure.
Yep. All right. So, on to our final topic of the evening. The kingdom cracked. All right. All right. Yeah. Trust me, y'all. This is not me making up anything. Just, just trying to have conversation. This is stuff that is really floating around. So I don't want y'all to think like they'll just bored and want to talk about whatever. But yeah, after a humiliating loss in the Super Bowl, many media members and fans believe the Chiefs are no longer placing fear in teams' hearts. Uh, okay, that's fine. We lost Super Bowl. Cool. But first, do you think this is true? And second, if you do agree, does it actually play into the Chiefs' favor?
First of all, I don't think this is true.
Okay,
Um,
get that out of the way.
they literally just lost one Super Bowl, but well, they lost two, but
I mean,
they got
two.
blown out. But second of all, I hope that teams are not fearing the Chiefs. I hope that the Chiefs sneak up on people this year. I hope you don't believe in the Chiefs. I hope you think that they're a total joke. Because I beg to differ. I think that they're probably going to be hungry. We seen Mahomes come off of Super Bowl losses. I think it was just a stat quoted during this, like, the ESPN bet shows. They always got these stat nerds quoting stats. After a Super Bowl, Mahomes usually has after a Super Bowl loss, he usually has an MVP season and goes to Super Bowl and wins it. So the track record speaks for itself. So I mean, if that's what they want to think, that the Chiefs have been gone, they've been disassembled, they're cracked because they got blown out in the Super Bowl, they'll never be the same, and they walked away limping and lost a million pieces, then they might want to look at the roster again. And I think it's a lot of those guys that's coming back, and they're gonna be hungrier than ever because they did get the taste slapped out of their mouth and got a trophy ripped out of their hands. They really should have been etched in history, helped them etch themselves in history forever. So I think that the Chiefs are probably foaming at the mouth if people are discounting them or thinking that they aren't who they once people believed them to be, because they have a lot of the similar pieces, a lot of familiar faces, and some new added faces. But I'm almost positive they're if not hungrier than they were last year, to kind of put the league on notice, because if we hearing it, they hearing it for sure. But I hope that the league is discounting them. I hope that they think that they're cracked. Yes, I hope so.
So I can understand why people say it, just because they've been waiting for it to happen as well too. So I can understand that sentiment. However, I don't think this all the way true as well too, because you still got the division that's going to, of course, go out their way to make sure that they can compete with the Kansas City Chiefs and be able to at least win the division so they can secure themselves a playoff spot, right? Because if you can secure the division first, that bodes you well for at least being in the playoffs. So they're definitely trying to build themselves to be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So I can respect that. So I think that eliminates the purpose already. Now, when you go into it and you think about it, it's like Mahomes do have his best seasons after moments like this. And I think with this Super Bowl loss, this one was worse than the Tampa Bay one because we were really in it all the way into the fourth quarter. Like, people were ready for what they didn't seen in previous postseason runs. So I think within that Super Bowl, and it was 31-9, it was about 3 to 4 possessions. It's not really all the way that 23, what they won by 22, barely 21 skunk. So that's why people was waiting for that moment. We came back from 24, right? So that law, like this one right here, we were eliminated really by the third quarter. They made sure to put a dagger in us. But the Chiefs are thirsty, y'all. I've been waiting. I told people it's like, you gotta wait. Well, you gotta wait for a little drought. I don't think ours would be as worse as the Patriots, but you gotta wait for it. But I think that truthfully, Patrick Mahomes being as competitive as he is, I think he's taking over this moniker of that. He's taking over the mantle. He's taking over the torch from Tom Brady. So I think, when you have it, yeah, we good in the NFC, in the AFC. We really good in the AFC, like truthfully. But we're thirsty for number 4, y'all. We get number 4. This is not number 4 for the entire organization. That'll place us at 5 as a team. We got 3 more to be tied for number 1. Potentially in the Patrick Mahomes era, we can probably take over that number 1 spot solely. And guess what? We submit ourselves in history. The 3-peat was just going to do it for our satisfaction. It was for our satisfaction. But we can't take away they went to 3 in a row. I think, yeah. So go ahead.
And I was just thinking, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was just thinking that here, looking at the picture on the X profile. I'm like, man, it's 3 Super Bowl trophies. I'm like, the 3-peat he would have had 4. We're only 3 away. The window is still open, man. Like it's still there. So don't. I don't. If the league is thinking that this is close to being over, they might want to look down at their wrists and look back up and check the time, because I think it's just now getting to that middle point. We ain't even got to like the prime yet. So like, it can get ugly here in a little bit. He can still win some.
Low key, this is really like the start of the prime. Like I don't think he even had okay. So he'll be 20 now. So he gonna be 30 this year. Because I'll be 20. Yeah, he'll be 30 this year. So he's about to be entering the prime of his career. This really might be the best years we experience. I'm gonna just go out and say it. Mahomes, yeah, he get antsy sometimes, but that's all he really gotta work on, bro. Like I think he know. Like every year he do too much. He come back the next year like, all right, I'm not gonna make the fans mad. When I need to do it, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna be more tactical this upcoming season when we need it. But all right, let's just spread the ball around, get it out there, score some points, score some touch. This is a perfect mimic 2022. We're not, y'all. We just got to get out of the Tyreek Hill days. It's over. Xavier Worthy can, take that. I'm ready for 30 plus points though. I am.
I wouldn't say get out of that. I would just say
I'm ready for y'all. I'm ready. Like even when you have a smart offense, bro, I think you really can put up 30 plus points. Even when you're controlling time of possession, if you're capitalizing, scoring pretty much damn near on every possession, you can put up that many points. I think it's time for us to let's stop having these stagnant moments. Mahomes, I'm gonna be honest, bro. You 30 now. You a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Hey, you almost got me going. Hey, this is your team. Nagy, he's just living in it. Eric Bieniemy was just living in it.
Yeah.
This is literally your world. This is literally your kingdom. Like, don't showcase that you one of those arrogant quarterbacks, those Aaron Rodgers, but you earn this respect of taking of the office. Like, listen here, hey, come here, little bro.
Push Andy Reid. Move, get up, move.
I'm trying to help you get back. I'm trying to help you get back a head coaching job because I'm, really like I just need somebody who's gonna listen to what I'm saying. Look, do this. All right, this is the year for that.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, yeah, it's Andy Reid, bro. You get old too, bro. Like for real. I'm just here to get you more championships before you go. All right, just rock with me. I just need to see 1 year of that. 1 year of that, you might see 7,000 yards from Patrick Mahomes. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just saying. Hey, everybody gonna eat. Everybody gonna score. But let's get back to that explosive offense. I think when you look at it, and I know that you feel like that about Nagy as well too. I think a lot of people feel that about Nagy, but we saw what he did in 2018 with Nagy. It one of the best offenses still. So I mean, it can happen. It can still happen when you have the talent. Tyreek Hill. He was the one taking off in Travis Kelce. I mean, but I think we got guys who can do that now. We can spread it out. 2022, it's a perfect example. It's possible.
And I think it gets spread out, yeah, but it's only spread out because Rashee Rice was hurt, y'all. If Rashee Rice does not get hurt, I think Travis Kelce might even walk away. Because Travis had became second fiddle to Rashee Rice. He hadn't even Travis Kelce didn't see a 100-yard game. He wasn't even getting no touches until the Chargers game, until Rashee went out. So I just don't think when people say not similar to Tyreek Hill, we can see that that offense again. I'm talking about with a number one wide receiver. Rashee Rice, I think, is going to be that person that takes the place of Travis Kelce. And if it's not him, I think it'll be Xavier Worthy. He definitely builds bonds with wide receivers, but it's usually the person that has the most longest tenure and who's been in those game situations with him and kind of he can read them. So I think it does look similar to that. I just don't know, like, to the effects of what. It's not probably orbit motions and wide receiver screens. It might be just a little bit different because you got a little bit more expensive route tree with some of those guys.
I'm looking at last season, right? I'm looking at it.
Yeah, look into the Chargers game and look at the numbers that Rashee Rice. Look at Mahomes and Rashee Rice did.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Travis was not going to be. He was going to be done.
He had 27 against the Ravens, 26 against the Bengals. All right, it dropped for a minute after the injury though. Well, no, we scored 26 against the Saints and 28 against the 49ers. What do you think? What? It's like, I mean, this is kind of a good amount of points though for like a game. When you look at it, like, it must have been too many mistakes, bro. Like, I'm trying to really relive because we was really on the offense, but bro, we was on them hard.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking in my head, like
it was a microcosm of everything. I think it was wide receiver issues, offensive line issues. I think it was a microcosm of a lot of things coming together.
It's too much ugly play. Yeah. It's too much ugly play.
Yeah, you can't. It
was just ugly how we did it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
yeah. I think we just need a more polished approach this season, pretty much. Yeah. I think when you look at it like this too, say if we do only score 28, 31 points, I think it's just how the Kansas City Chiefs do it. And I think how they do it is we control time of possession, but we are at the end of possessions. We're not turning over the ball. We're not finishing just multiple with field goals. We're putting points on the board. We're scoring touchdowns. Because when you control the time of possession, then your defense is going out there and, getting the stops, forcing punts, forcing field, where they're not doing much offensively, but it's like a 28-10 score. I'm not mad because really that was a clean. As a head coach, you want to be able to go on every offensive drive, take about 8 minutes at least.
A perfect world.
Just the game is just all right. Hand off, 3-4 yards. Okay, quick pass, probably for a first down. It's smooth. You're not going backwards. You're going forward. But hey, the huddle is going. Yeah, they go into the huddle. They killing most of the play clock. All right, get to the line, and you still capitalizing. That's the perfect world. Sometimes with us, we do it too fast. We got to come back to having that. All right, we going downfield. Okay, you're going to have those possessions that you're going to show out, that you're going to probably, just because in that defense, it was just something that was just where you just couldn't expose it. You took advantage. Like, all right, we get it. But at the same time, we're just going downfield, killing the clock.
And I think some of that is too that the Chiefs have, like, they got a good defense now. So it's like you do want to score, and sometimes you do want to score quick, but you don't want to get an interception and then go score a 60-yard bomb. Boom. You put your defense right back on the field.
Give them a break. Give them a break.
So yeah, you do want to score. You want to put up points. I think what we're saying is you want to have the ability to be able to score in 60 seconds. We want to have that ability again to be able to get a
Right.
score in 10 seconds. We have that ability with Tyreek Hill. That's just kind of ability that's been missing for some years now. Like, all right, we down by 7. Okay, that don't matter. We can score probably in 3 seconds. 60-yard bomb.
Yeah,
Somebody miss a step and this bombs over Baghdad. So it's like we're kind of missing that element. But eventually we'll get it back, and that's what I'm saying. I think we had it with Rashee Rice. You've seen it in the Bengals game.
Yeah.
Just the bop. Oh, somebody stumbled you out the gate, and it's just like it takes time to build that type of chemistry with Mahomes. It was a rookie last year. It was Xavier Worthy, so you can't expect to come off the rip. And the guy that
he's happening this year though. It's happening this year though.
Yes, it'll happen this
year. Happening this year.
As long as everybody can stay healthy, and you'll definitely see it again. You definitely see it this year, but. It's just I think it was like I said a microcosm of a lot of things, but I think the Chiefs will definitely be in a better position this year. So don't discount them.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. We just want the ability to do it fast. We just want the ability where it's like, all right, we was kind of we was on BS probably that first round. Something happened, like all right, cool, all right, they got up real quick. All right, we can just throw this touchdown. Like that's the ability we had with Tyreek, Sammy, Brian Perry, Audient, like Marcus Robinson. Like all right. One of them probably go for a 60-yard bomb. We back in. Like, okay, we cool. Let's be for real now, y'all. All right, let's come back. Like that's all we want now. And really, I think we really had that low key with Rashee Rice. The offensive line was in question. I think, especially what we've been hearing, and I think they're going to talk about this probably on Friday as well too. I'm gonna give them a free topic. But Josh Simmons looking like he might be the starting left tackle.
Man, come on. All right, yeah, because look, that's what I said for Gridiron Game, because we're not about to start that conversation. We did that with here. We just go, hey, all right, like I said, we're gonna leave that for them. Because we're not gonna start that. We're not gonna put that on that man. Let's just come on. I get it though. I respect it. I've seen it.
Can I get my just quick thoughts on it? I'm gonna let y'all go about. Can I just get my quick thoughts on it? Just give me a nod. So I know y'all gonna talk about it on Friday. Just be like, hey, you can give your quick thoughts on it.
I see the thumb. Yep, I see the shrug. Yep.
All right. Bro, it's all right, bro. Like I'm not, trying to be on that. He a first round pick too. So there's a difference from a second round pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know we paid Jalen more too. And he kind of got that guaranteed money. One of them going to probably left guard, bro. I'm sorry. Somebody going to left guard and probably not Kingsley. It's crazy. Like, I know they did it just in case. Like, they went out and said it. But somebody, like, we got the money got to make sense. Hey, the money got to make sense being spent. That's just what we asking for. Like, if Josh Simmons is like that, I love it. As long as Patrick Mahomes protected, I'm good. Put the best person out there. Hey, we gotta make that money make sense.
I need to see him up against the Broncos defense. I need to see him up against some DNs other than Chris Jones and George Karlaftis before I'm stamping that. So we'll see. That's all I'll say.
We'll see, but we hope. Hey, we wish the best. We can't wait for training camp to start. For those who will be going out there, hey, man, take the pictures. Send it to us. We'll be posting on here. Probably post it to the page as well, too. Show some love. Show everybody out there is going out there. I know Cleveland will probably be out there. Jordan will be out there as well, too. Checking out the camp and doing some coverage over that as well. So, it's going to be a fun time. And then preseason comes right after that as well, too. So, at the end of the day, protect back Patrick Mahomes, we can have a better outcome than last season. The offense will be moving efficiently and effectively this upcoming season, putting up points, and they're not the reason why we're losing games. Nor I don't think the defense will as well either. We all good. We all fun, and we got to bring number four in for this dynasty of Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring in 4 so we can have a total of 5. You know what I mean? So. It's all good, but anything you want to add before we go ahead and close it out?
Nope. Salutes to the people. 94 people watching. Go follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Man, definitely tap in with us.
That platform. We love y'all watching our eggs, but tap in on YouTube.
definitely tap in on YouTube. We'll definitely be having more content on there as well too for y'all to check out. So tap in with that. Follow us on all our social media platforms as well too. Show us some love because we definitely appreciate it. We on the road to 500 as well. But that's all we have for this edition of Gridiron Gambit. Once again, thank you all for, of course, joining in and hearing us just banter and talk about some Chiefs football is definitely always a good time. We definitely got more things coming out for y'all as well too. Friday, Clayton and Dre will be live on Gridiron Gambit. You know, of course, talking about some more Chiefs news and get into that conversation that we closed out with as well too. So definitely, of course, tap in with that. But once again, appreciate y'all for coming in. Lonnie, you know how we like to always close it out. And as always, go Chiefs.
Thanks for checking out this update straight from the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. We appreciate your passion, so please leave a like and follow us wherever you tune in from. See you next tailgate, your trusted source for all things Chiefs, Red Kingdom Media.